Hello, my name's Jonathan, and today we're talking about the transatlantic or mid-Atlantic accent. Yes, because back in the day, us actors had to speak a bit like this, you know? So, sometimes we sound a bit British, sometimes we sound a bit American. What do you think, eh? In this video, you'll find out what the accent is, who speaks it, and at the end of the video, I'll give you something a little bit about what happened to this accent and really why we don't speak it anymore. But I would love it if you did speak it. Please, I beg you, because otherwise we'll just be on celluloid forever and it'll be just a part of our history. But we want it to be more and more alive. Let's keep accents alive. Let's go. Picture this. It's the silent movies, and then there are talkies. What are you going to do? The problem actors had is that they went from silent to talkies, and basically actors had to speak now. So how did they want to speak? They wanted to speak well and clearly. So American actors thought it would be a great idea to adopt the RP British accent in what they're doing, you see? So my conclusion is that it was mostly American actors who wanted to speak in a more British way on film, and that's why they chose the transatlantic accent. I mean, if we go back, it is also, it has its roots in American public school system, and it is an accent adopted by rich people to sound more sophisticated as well. And of course it was adopted by British people who wanted to maybe break America to have a slight American accent to their acting as well. It's a blend, it's like a hybrid of American accent and received pronunciation British accent, in fact. Who are the speakers of the transatlantic accent? So the most well known, I mean top down, if we go, we have Orson Welles, we have Elizabeth Taylor, and we have Katharine Hepburn, Vincent Price as well, and Cary Grant. Now the problem with Cary Grant is that he was actually born in England, then moved to the United States. So he had a head start with the transatlantic accent, and I think that he created his own unique accent. He hammed it up a lot in films just to get a comedic or a dramatic effect to what he's trying to say. Because he says things like, floor, don't put it on the floor, put it on the floor. And he had this interesting intonation to his accent. Hello, I'm Cary Grant. So this is how I speak. It's very much a British way with sometimes a little bit American, but not very often. I've included a clip in the description below of Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant in the film Bringing Up Baby, and there's plenty for you to check out in that clip, two of the great speakers of the transatlantic or mid-Atlantic accent. Now, the last part is what happened to the accent. Okay, so if you imagine post-war now, filmmaking becomes very experimental, and the fashion for looking at upper-class American families becomes much less. It is part of the golden age of Hollywood, you could say. It was very popular in the 1930s and 40s, and then it becomes much less in the 50s and onwards. And the accent just fell out of favour, to be honest. But as you can see, there are such nice elements to this accent, and I would love for people to continue to speak it and revive it, and put a comment below if you really want to keep this accent alive and you think we should, because it's a marriage, a perfect marriage of British and American English.